Good morning from Derby in the UK. So today is a very special day. It is, there's a van coming. It is the Creator Club trip, which, if you don't know what the Creator Club is, this guy called Louis Armstrong, who's like a content creator, has like a group, which is like a community of other content creators, businessmen, basically just like-minded people. And a year ago, I went on the Ibiza trip, and now I'm about to head on the trip in the Lake District. So I think there's 21 of us all in this absolutely mad place in the Lake District. Like the house is huge. Well, it sleeps 21 people, so it has to be huge. But it's got a hot tub, pool table, this massive like dining room with like that sits like 20 people around one table, hot tub. Like, it is crazy. It's even got like gold toilets and stuff like that, so it's well over the top. It's got like 3 chandeliers in the main room. But I'm really excited to go there and show you lot what it's like, and also show you the actual like business side of this trip. Obviously it's going to be good fun, it's going to be good meeting people. Out of the 21 people, I think I've only met 3 of them, maybe 4. So it'll be really exciting to meet more people, like-minded, some of them in the marketing agency space as well, so learning from them. But yeah, just show you the power of networking as well. But yeah, I'm really excited. We're heading to the Lake District now. It's around a 3.5 hour drive, I think. But on the way, we're going to be picking up a guy called Jake, who was on the Ibiza trip was on the Ibiza trip. So I've met him once, but we chat quite a lot. So I'm picking him up because he lives between Manchester and Chester, and I'm pretty much going that route anyway. So it's an hour and 15 to drive to him, and then, yeah, I'll catch up with you when we're with Jake, have a little chat to Jake, see what he's been up to, because it'll be interesting you see his side of the business as well. So maybe we'll do a little section where we talk about what he does. I think he still does appointment setting, but we can delve more into that then. But yeah, I've got an hour and 15 drive, and vamos, I'm well excited. And yeah, I'm excited to show you what this weekend is about. See you later. Right, mate?
Thanks, mate.
How you
Long time
doing?
no see. How have you been?
Not bad.
You been good?
We've got
I've got so much.
I know, I was doing the same. Because I was like packing, but I was like, oh, I've got my camera, I've got my drone. I've hardly got any space in it. Might just have to stick it out. Jasper's Coffee House. We're absolutely in the middle of nowhere, about 10-15 minutes away from the gaff, but we've still got like 2 hours to kill.
It's the only cafe within about a 20-mile radius. This. Let's hope it's decent. It's actually a nice area though, isn't it? Nice little B-roll there. Lovely.
Bacon brew cranberry. Right, we're about 15 minutes away and about 2 hours early. Hopefully we can get in early, otherwise we're just going to have to do a little car podcast for 2 hours.
Yeah, well, wouldn't be the worst idea, that.
But yeah,
a little car podcast.
The weather is shy, but the plan this weekend with this YouTube video is show like the different areas of becoming a digital nomad, because obviously through me you only kind of see the content creator or marketing agency side, whereas Jake, who you joined the Creator Club around the same time. Oh no, you were
around
a
2
year
years
later
ago?
Yeah, like 6 months to a year later than me.
Yeah.
And you've kind of gone from being appointment setter to now influencer marketing.
Correct.
So that's like a different route. It's the same sort of industry in terms of like content creation and the marketing side, but it just shows the different areas you can actually go into. Another guy we'll meet later runs an accountancy business. Obviously Louis's got this community. It just shows there's loads of different avenues you can actually go into.
Yeah, there's infinite ways to make money online. I seen a post the other day where this guy was talking about how he met X amount of people in a week that had the most random businesses that were all doing 30 to over, some of them 100k a month, from just the most random things that you wouldn't think of.
Yeah. A lot of people, yeah, even like a guy I met in Bali, he's like a multi-millionaire, and he does like wins construction contracts, and then gives the contract to like construction businesses. Yeah. So he's just like the middleman for that.
Yeah. So that's a middleman business, and then in my business it's a middleman business. I think if you are just starting out, being a middleman, the glorified middleman, is actually a great place to start, because, for example, in my case, I'm selling media to brands. So there's loads of examples of this. If you're watching television, or you're watching a football game, and there might be 1 million people around the world that are watching this football game live, the brand that you see going round the side of the pitch, those brands are paying a fee to be in front of the eyeballs. It's the same with podcasts, it's the same with YouTubers, content creators, television ads, even billboards. Like, everyone is paying to be in front of eyes. So what I do is I just sell those eyes in the form of YouTube and podcasts and influencers. So if someone's getting 100,000 views on a video, I know that I can go and sell an ad slot in that video to a brand and make a percentage of the total deal value, which is typically anywhere from 15 to 50% in some cases. You can actually make high margin if the creator's happy with what they're being paid. If you're giving them the rate that they asked for and requested, say they want £1,000 for the ad, and the brand accepts £2,000, you can keep the rest. If they're an exclusive talent, if you work with the talent, you want to provide as much value to them as possible, right? So you wouldn't then take 50%, you would only take 20%, and you would have it in contract where you'd only take 20%. So the more money that you get off the brand, the better for you, because your margin is going to be better. But I just think, what is there that I can sell that is already established? So, for example, all these creators that I'm selling to brands, they're already established channels, they're already very good marketing vertical, if you want to call it that. There's not much sales that I need to do to land a client, because the proof is in the pudding. They're getting the views, they've got the eyeballs, so
yeah, it's just like linking the two. But a lot of people will be thinking like, oh, like, I don't know any of that, I've not learned any of that. But you were obviously in the same situation. Jake's only 20 and he joined the Creator Club when he was 18, so he's like well ahead of a lot of people. But just like everyone else at the start, you don't really know what you're doing. But one thing you did really well is like network, and like worked with people for free, or like helped them out, so down the line they've helped you. Given you a lot of knowledge. So
I always had positive attitude with anyone that I was introduced to. Always tried to help people, even if like directly I wasn't getting anything back at the time. And it took 2 years. It took 2 years of not seeing my income increase, but feeling like I was putting in a lot of effort into loads of different things, to then eventually 2 years later everything just clicked and the income grew very fast within like a 6-week period. And that just happened because over the 2 years I'd learned and I'd developed skills, and I'd been introduced to people that when I applied my skills to those people, I made money out of it, and I was able to provide enough value to them to get paid for it. Because you can provide value to people, but if it's not enough, you can't charge, and you get paid for the amount of value you provide. So yeah, the lesson is really just to be patient, because it does genuinely, and this isn't what people want to hear, but it does take years of work.
Say, if you had like let's say it's someone who's 20, working a 9 to 5, doesn't know what they want to do, they just want to be a digital nomad. Like, what would be your one piece of advice? They don't even know what industry they want to go into. So I think that's my biggest. Anyone that messages me, most of the time it's, I don't know where to start.
Yeah, okay. Well, I can only give advice based on what I did, and what I did was try a load of things. So I may have had over 10 businesses now that I've tried and, like, after a month give up and then started something new. I've tried to be a content creator, I've tried to do Forex, I've tried to buy and sell Supreme when I was at school. I had an appointment setting agency, so another form of marketing agency. I wanted to be an online coach. I've literally done so many things, but through doing things and trying things, you get information off every single thing you try, and you start to figure out what you want to do. So I realised, right, I don't want to do this business for these 3 reasons, and I only learned that from actually trying it. And then I don't want to do this business because of another 3 reasons. And then through doing all that and through trying, you're going to take a little bit of information, a little bit of knowledge from each business, and then eventually, like it did for me, it will just click, and you'll have enough knowledge, you'll have enough connections to be able to provide value and to be able to charge money for a service. And I think starting with a service is always the best way, because it doesn't really require much upfront investment. So if you fail, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like you're putting every penny into, say, a product business, and then for whatever reason the product doesn't have market fit and it doesn't sell. So basically just keep trying things until something works. Eventually though, you need to pick one thing and focus on it, because if you don't focus and you're not consistent, you'll keep going round in that circle of starting something, realising that it's hard, going to the shiny object. And if when things get hard, you go to the shiny object, you never get anywhere, because I did that for 2 years.
It's all fucking hard.
Yeah, every single business has shit, and you've got to walk through the mud to actually get to the other side and make it work.
I also think it's like, I read something the other day, like leveraging other people's money, because if you're a 20-year-old with 9 to 5, you probably don't have much of a network, you probably don't have much money, so it's like, how can you use other people's to, like, earn more? We were even talking about for my businesses, like, I'm better off working with big businesses, taking a percentage, because they can spend millions a month. I can't spend millions a month, and if they spend millions a month and I've got 10% of that, that's massive. Whereas if you're spending all your own money to try and develop a product and stuff like that, one, is riskier because you're putting your own money in. Like, realistically, my marketing agency cost nothing to start.
Yeah.
Literally nothing. I needed a laptop and that was it.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of people I speak to are like, I'm going to be a digital nomad, I'm going to start an app, or I'm going to start a clothing brand or something like that. And it's just a hard thing to start, because you can always start by doing a sales agency. Even if it fails, you've learned sales, and then if you do go to start a clothing brand or anything like that, then you've got the knowledge of sales.
Yeah, in fact, 100%. So my advice would be, get a sales role in a successful online business, but one that's not too big to the point where you're going to be at the bottom of the pile and you're not going to really see how it works. You want to get into a 7-figure, low 7-figure online business and get a sales role in that business. That's what I did. For 2 years I worked in a 7-figure online coaching business, and I got to see how everything ran. I got to see how the founder operated. I got to see the figures he was doing, which broke my beliefs, and through that I was getting paid to learn communication, to learn sales, and to learn online business. Like, I got so much knowledge about online business that I simply wouldn't have been able to acquire through any course or anything, because I was in it every single day. So drop the ego and don't think you need a business to start. Like, you can just start by getting an online sales role.
And you don't need to earn 10k a month within the first year of starting. It's more important to actually gain knowledge, because that in the future, that is what you can sell. And I think sales is, if you learn sales, it's the biggest thing. Pretty much every role, if you run your own business, you need sales.
Yeah.
And if you can close a deal, it's the biggest thing you can do. It's one thing that I've really focused on learning this year. I used to hate sales calls and stuff. Absolutely hate them.
Yeah. I still do, to be fair.
It's my favourite part now. I enjoy it because it's like exciting. You
True.
could potentially close a deal that's like 10k plus just by having a call with someone and trying to convince them. Like, it's a bit of a challenge. I actually think it's like you either win or lose. Like, it's a pretty simple process.
Yeah, I do like the thought of you can influence how that sales call goes through your communication and through your terminology and all the psychological tricks that you can bring into it. I mean, that is interesting, because like, we could get on a sales call and not close it, but you throw an Alex Hormozy on there and you'll get 50k out of the call.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think that's such a good skill to have.
We're looking for a mention.
Oh, maybe this is a church.
Oh, there it is.
Oh yes!
Come on. What?
The bachelor pad.
Just sit outside by a church for 2 hours. Surely they're here. I can see the chandeliers. This is going to be mad.
Let's do an Ouija board in the graveyard. That'll be good content.
Oh, they're not here. Fuck. Maybe.
Mate, as if we've got a gaff in the middle of a graveyard. There's going to be ghosts in here, you know. Fucking hell. Wow, this is cool.
They're not actually here though. Fuck.
Yeah, so right, 2 hour podcast.
I'll show you the gaff. This is the gaff. Here's the graveyard. I thought Louis and stuff would actually be here, and they're just lying to us about the 5 p.m. But
that Ryan Bannister was here, but he's gone to the gym.
Alright. We'll catch up when we know what's happening.
The G, that's content.
Go on,
that's content. You ready? I actually know the method for this, I think. Oh, I've undercooked it.
I normally split between the G and the R.
Is it the top or the bottom line that needs? Do you want me to film? What line do you need to get?
The black one.
Oh! I went too far.
Get that. That's him.
No, you meant to hit it like. You meant to like.
I thought it was just between.
Oh, is it? Is it? Oh, fair.
Maybe.
You've done it then. You've done it.
That's got 2 double beds in one room. Yeah, but no, that'd be 4 people in the room. This is massive.
Fuck at it.
So funny.
Right?
We're quite secure that spot.
Yeah, we need to find John.
How are you, bro? You okay?
Nice to meet you, bro.
Fucking hell.
What are you doing?
Nice to
Jake?
meet you.
How are we?
How are we?
Yeah,
Some of the rooms are so romantic.
You've always got a room yet?
Nah, which is an extra.
Can we get a fucking room?
Oh, fuck.
There's an 8-man room, 2 bunk beds in.
JMT, we need to get one.
That bed's tiny. Where is everywhere?
Mate.
This is a Geo.
Right, Joe, we need to go on back to it.
2 hours early and we...
I mean, we've got an average bed. It's not the best room.
There's an 8-man room with 2 tiny double beds. So, we don't want that.
Are you alright? I meet you.
Yes, mate. You good? How you doing? Good, mate. Trying to secure a good room.
It's better light over the room.
I literally walked around this place like 4 or 5 times.
Still don't know
We
what's
ran
going on.
upstairs and then someone had taken one, so we ran back down. We've secured that.
That one's alright, just very hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is hot.
But the other ones, that's
This one's a nightmare.
8 bed. There's 1, 2.
These are 2 doubles.
2 people have to be in there and 2 people in there.
Yeah, it's not ideal, bro. Top and tail, I think. Top and
I was
tail.
gonna say, like, they better have bought loads of lube.
Good morning. So yesterday when we arrived, we just chatted, to be honest, played a bit of pool, played a bit of table football and had our takeaway. It was just good to meet everyone. And now we are heading up Scafell Pike. 21st December, there's a severe weather warning that it's windy, so it's going to be absolutely freezing. So I'm trying to put on as many layers as possible, but I forgot hat and gloves and we're literally leaving in like 2 minutes. So I need to head off, get all this stuff on. Vamos.
Does anyone know the way?
Yeah, just up there.
That's the wrong one, boss. Which one are we doing? That one, the highest one. Right, we're at the bottom of Scafell Pike in Wasdale Car Park, just in case you want to do this hike over the Christmas period. Well,
Yeah, with everyone else there.
well, you might. It's absolutely freezing cold, but the sun has came out to say hello, so we're all absolutely buzzing. And hopefully we'll do this in like 3 hours, because we need to get down before it's dark. It gets dark. We're in the UK. It gets dark at fucking 3:30 p.m. So we're in a little bit of a hurry. Is everyone ready to go? Is everyone here? Is everyone here?
Josh has gone for a shit.
Josh has gone for a shit.
Over there.
Has he actually?
Yeah, straight up.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, everyone just give yourself a round of applause. Get warmed up. Let's go, boys.
Here we go, here's the proper weather.
It should be hard.
Look above there. You can see like...
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
It's going to be rough at the top if it stays like this. About a 3-hour walk up there. I can't even see it with the camera because it's got so much rain on it. Oh no.
We were literally buzzing in the car saying like,
Yeah, blue sky weather as we were driving here. Within 10 minutes of walking, we haven't even started going uphill yet. And it's brutal. You can hardly even see the top because it's so cloudy. Yeah, it's crazy. So we're back at the bottom and we've decided to turn around about maybe 3/4 of the way up. Just me, Josh and Jake, the sensible ones. And it's like 100-mile-an-hour winds. And I didn't fancy getting blown off at the top when we can head back and just sit in the hot tub and watch the football. So that is where we're headed now. Right, sacking off the hike was the best decision we made. We're about to get in the hot tub while everyone else is still, they're probably still on the way down.
It's an 8-man hot tub, but there's 2 of us active, loving life. Woo! We went to the top, we came down first, and we're active. We're ready, bro.
So I know that, well, I'll tell you a little bit about my story briefly. I modelled all my life until COVID hit, and then I moved up here because my parents live about half an hour away. And lockdown happened and I didn't see a single person, not one single person for about 4.5 months, other than my mum and dad and my brother and my missus. And that's pretty tricky in itself, 4.5 months with nobody else. I know we all had some level of that, but just surrounded by nature completely. Since I was about 5, I had a phobia of ice, of all things. And when I say phobia, I mean it ruled my entire life. Like about 4 years ago, I couldn't open a freezer door. I couldn't say the word ice without being sick. And I used to have to microwave my ice cream, which obviously defeats the point of ice cream. Just like sugary soup. But that all stemmed from stuff that happened to me as a kid. And unless you deal with these traumas, these snowball into who you think you are, and you develop all of these character traits from these moments that happen when you're a kid. So my pathway to doing what I do now is kind of mad really, because it was certainly the last thing that I thought I would be doing 4 years ago. As I said, I couldn't say the word ice without literally my whole body sweating, goosebumps, and sometimes throwing up. And that just compounded. Now I tell you that because we're all lads here, but and I've seen so many people now, but we often don't realise maybe the attachments, the traumas, the resistances, the triggers that we have. Just like I didn't, I thought I was the ice phobia guy, and that was me for the rest of my life, and that was the cards I was dealt. But one night when I was in the Lake District, when I was at the house, I stumbled across Wim Hof, which I'm sure many of us have seen before, on a YouTube rabbit hole like we're getting, and he's getting into fucking blocks of ice. And I'm like, what the hell? I can't even open a freezer and this kid's getting into blocks of it. And I was sweating and getting all sick, but then he's so charismatic, he spoke about his breath. And I thought, right, well, I can't do that, but I can breathe. So I gave it a go, and 10 minutes later, I was high as a kite. And I've never experienced anything like it. As I was just saying to a few of the guys, a space that you can actually tap into within yourself. Now I've been in the holes of holes, I've been in the places of not wanting to be here anymore in the past of my life. Those places of depression, those places of literally on the edge. And I couldn't believe at 26 that no one had told me that you could breathe for 10 minutes like this and feel this much calm and relief. And so I call it the whispering of God, and it really was. I heard an audible voice saying, you've got to get in this water now, kid. And literally the next day, and I say it's an audible voice, it really was. You hear of these experiences. I literally had one. And my parents were very blessed. We lived right by the water, and the next day I went down to the water. I've got a video of it. It was 4 years, about 2 weeks ago. I put a video up so you can go and see it later. And I'm panicking my head off, all right? It's crazy to watch this video back. But my whole life changed when I came out of the water. I felt electricity running through my veins. And I felt so high, it was just ridiculous. And all of a sudden, all of this resistance that I'd been feeling for the last however many years started to subside. Now, it didn't just disappear. It took me some weeks to process, some months to work through some of these traumas and really gripping resistance that I had in my mind. But the more I did it, the more that fell away, and the more I saw other resistances falling away. So our focus today, team, is the breath. Always the breath. The first thing you do when you're born, the last thing you do before we leave. We don't pay much attention in between all that. That's what I'm here for, though. So my little mantra, you can use this here today in our session, but you can also take it away with you. When you control your breath, you control your mind. When you control your mind, you control your body and the rest of your life too. So therefore, when you calm your breath, you calm your mind. And when you calm your mind, you find that your body will calm too. And so will the rest of your life, but it all starts with the breath. So before we go into any of our breath work this morning, let's just bring our focus to our breath. And now Nice and calm, we're just going to begin today's session with 3 clearing breaths. So, nice and calm, just fill this all the way up to the top. As you reach the top of your inhale, focus on nothing but your exhale here as you release it all the way out. Every single drop, keep it going, all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way out. Keep it going, don't force it, but just let it go, let it go. At the very bottom, take that second full deep breath. Fill this up, expand it all the way to the top. When you reach the top, focus, you know what to do. On that exhale, nothing else as you release it here. Soften, relax your body, but let all of that oxygen out. All the way to the bottom, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. At the very bottom, take that third final deep breath all the way to the top, fill it up. And as you reach the top, focus on nothing but that exhale. Nice and calm, nice and slow, all the way out. Now really clear this out all the way, so keep squeezing every single last drop, not forced, but squeezing it out all the way. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. At the very bottom, let your breath settle, return to your normal pace, calm everything down. If your eyes aren't already, close them down. And just come into your little space now. Our second round, you know what we're doing. 2 minutes of breath. No tension here though today. Remember that total relaxation. And then see if you can find a smile. It's inside you, I promise. Just feel it. Find that rhythm. In, 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4. Let that go. And then we fill this all the way to the top. Fill it up, fill it up, fill it up, fill it up. Hold in the top. Take a final little sip into the top. And with that exhale, let it all go. Again and always, you do not need to breathe. Relax. Can you observe the truth that this is the only moment? And that everything from here now is merely a projection of your mind. The memories of a past that's come and gone. The thoughts projected into a future yet to exist. Can you be here now?
So with day 3 on the Creator Club trip, we've just done the breathwork, which was the Wim Hof stuff, which I did in the Ibiza about 1.5 years ago, which I always feel a lot when I do it in a group, just the atmosphere and everything, but I'll go more into detail later. But now we're about to do an ice bath dip, but in a lake, which is going to be freezing. It was like a 10-minute drive away, so we've done the breathing to calm down and everything. And now we're heading down here into the lake. I'm not feeling it, to be honest, because it's freezing outside, never mind the lake. But hopefully we can do 3 minutes and we'll feel good after.
Breathing is one of the most human things we can do. So is getting in water. Alright, we've got this amazing nature to get in. There's going to be those little resistances, and I've heard the chatters. Listen, I've heard it a million times, don't worry, I've heard it from everybody. And I've had all the biggest macho tattoo men crying in my arms, so let all of your ego go. When we're walking in here, really just focus on yourself, focus on your breath. Nice deep breath through your nose and out your mouth. And when that thought of resistance comes up, I can't do it, I don't want to do it anymore, just remember that little method we used in there. Observe yourself saying, I don't want to do this anymore. That's going to come and it's going to go, and I promise you when we get to that house, that thought won't be here. all right, and you'll be in the hot tub or whatever, and you'll be having a brew and it'll be gone. But then you'll regret that moment when you ran. And so I just want you to observe that this is like an analogy of life. You can get in there and you can resist it if you want, you can fight it, you can get caught in it, or you can find the calmness. And this is a practice. It's a practice of being calm amongst the chaos that we find in life. All the drama, all the noise. If we can go in there today, not by force, but by being calm. And in truth, that's the pure masculine. If you can find the calmness amongst the chaos, instead of reacting with your emotions and your thoughts, maybe more like a feminine, we can actually be the calmness, the pillar of calm and strength amongst all of that.
This sort of Maldives though.
You're alright. Don't think though, just do. Let it go. Come down, and we're going to sit on them bums. Come down to them shoulders. Deep breath. Slow your breath. When you get down to this, I just want you to close your eyes. Now breathe. Focus on your breath. Close your eyes. Slow your breath. So I want you to let out the biggest scream, the biggest shout, the biggest noise, whatever you want. I'm going to count us down and we're just going to scream it out into this lake. Let everything go. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Oh my God. Give me a minute, bro. You don't know me, son! So wrap yourselves in your towels and then find a space on the lake shore here. Alright, let's go.
Finished the ice bath in the lake. My feet were freezing, but it was sick. It was so good. Oh, it was probably the coldest one I've done walking in. But I think when you're in a group, it's so much easier.
What's your order? And I'd see all the orders and they'd be like,
Yeah. Lovely, thank you.